Hi everyone, this is Demara, and I'm going to be giving you the channeled message, the Truth Testament number 12. And just to clarify a little here, these messages were all received from August 22 until well into August 23. And then they began to give me the sacred texts, which I am now channeling one at a time. But these messages are all given for us to have warning and also to learn how to deal with all the huge changes coming up. I mean, we're already in a real, what I would call mess. I don't know about changes, but it's like a real hot mess out there in all different parts of our systems within our world. But these changes have only just begun. So these messages are really highlighting what we need to do in order to survive in the right way for us. And indeed, even survive, because as the higher frequencies of energy come through, as the cleansing takes place, then it can be pretty difficult for people to survive if they are in the really heavier type of energy where they haven't really learnt many of the lessons that they came here to learn about why we're here and what energy frequency we can draw on from our real higher self. So these are really for us, they're not just for words' sake. They are to help everyone on this planet who chose to incarnate to remember. That's how they always put it in the first two books that I channeled. To remember why you really are here. Because it wasn't just to have the big car, the big house, and the 2.4 children. Which makes me laugh now, because that is how we first think it is, isn't it? When we grow up in a standard family. I hope this idea of standard family gets buried deep within these cleansings, because nothing about the family standard idea of what it's about has anything to do really with our soul journeys. And some of us escape, don't we? I mean, I certainly escaped from the standard family idea, which was pretty hellish for me in the family I grew up in, emotionally, physically, mentally, everything about it, really. But I escaped. And how many people out there still need to escape the kind of concept of what life is about? Because I think there's millions and millions. Let's hope. I'm not going to say the word billions, because we only have 8 billion of us in the human collective. And hopefully lots and lots more of us have escaped and are now more on our soul journeys to create the world that we really want to be in. A world of love, peace, gratitude, full use of all the resources. And if anybody that's listening now heard I'm trying to think what number it was. Was it number 16 that I read yesterday? And that one, oh my God, it just totally reminded me of why I'm doing this. Because it was about the fact that all of us own all these resources. That everybody incarnated on this planet owns their share of all the resources on this planet. That's spiritual law. And that's in the spiritual court now, as is many other issues that's going on across our world. But that was a really good reminder that none of us should be living without the resources that we need. So if you haven't listened to that one, I'm pretty sure it was number 16 I did yesterday. If it wasn't 16, it was number 20. Have a look. Okay, so this is Truth Testament number 12. Another bit of learning for us with the message that they're going to give us here. And I can't remember a word about it because I channeled 42 of these and I remember all the different concepts, but I certainly don't remember which one is under which number. We are now seeing that the energy rising in your atmosphere is very blocked. And what we would suggest is that you all come together in a mass rising of this energy. The energy that is coming into the planet is compacting at a level above your normal atmosphere. What is required is that you start to lift up to meet this energy. It is a higher frequency than the more compactness of your atmosphere. We need you all to assist to let this higher frequency through. It is important because the energy is not reaching those who can receive it. It is occurring because the energy in the atmosphere is too heavy for it to get through. You have many different scenarios going on your planet, which has caused a heaviness in the atmosphere. Some of this is mental, some emotional, and some is caused by physical pollution. If you are those who support our help with these matters, then come together because you can lighten the intensity of the blockages, which will ensure that the energy frequency is received where it is required. These energies are more than physical, but they are still required to enter through a physical atmosphere. When this atmosphere thickens and becomes heavier, it is more difficult for these energies to be received. It is important that these frequencies on the higher vibration are received when they are required. Remember that this is not something that has happened regularly on your planet, and we are new to being a part of this interplay of higher frequency into your plane. We cannot always interpret how these energies will be received and how quickly they can be utilized because they have entered through the atmospheric pressure in your skies. We are not scientists of your dimension and physicality. This does not mean that the frequencies have not been received, but that they cannot yet be fully utilized because they are not yet fully integrated in the position where they are fully available. We would like you to reach out with your own higher minds and intuitive capabilities to reach these energies. This can be done as in visualization, where you reach for things that are not normally available to you. Example, healing, light, clarity, etc. You are all becoming adept at this, but now we wish you to stretch further with this technique and become like tentacles in the sky with your spirits so that you're able to pull this energy towards yourselves, your higher selves, thus enabling those selves to become stronger and more filled with light. It is like an extension to an electric cord. You have those on your earth plane. We wish you to extend your electrical circuitry into the area outside of your atmosphere in order to take down into your circuits the full blast of these frequencies. This will not harm you, but will enable you to know, feel, and connect with us in a more stable, direct way. We are placing these frequencies into your field. They are like your cables of connection, and we can feed more and more energy into these frequencies. This is our capability. Yours is to be able to reach into this field more often and with a more physical understanding of how this works. If you are able to visualize this frequency connection more as cables, then your mind state can connect with them more easily and therefore more quickly. We are connecting up the dimensions in this way, ours more etheric and yours more physical visualization, but also a more etheric connection. The connector is the visualization capacity of your minds. Many of you are feeling this blocked compression in the frontal lobes of your brains because this is where the subtle endings of the connectors to the more subtle worlds reside. Some are experiencing aches in their heads, loss of balance, and even more symptoms on a physical level. This is because some of the energy frequencies are connecting, but not all of them, and not in a full stream. It is like your circuits have lit up and are sparking, but not receiving a flow. So it is like a live wire blowing in the wind when your cables break in your physical world. We would suggest that you all begin to connect in at particular times, like one particular hour, maybe at dusk, when the energies are more alive and available, or at dawn when it will be the same experience. Because of your state of time, you will not all be connecting together, but you will be connecting more in groups across your world. It will be powerful. It will also be okay to begin connecting at times that are convenient to you. Imagine that you can see the lines of energy flowing in fully and securely without breakages in the flow, and wait until you feel more energetically stable before you stop. You are all operating with broken circuits to your full power. We intend to assist you to repair these. The frequencies coming into your planet currently are of a different frequency than received before. We have amped up this source for you. Your circuitry is trying to assimilate, but is having difficulties. Over these next period of time, you will adapt, but you can help yourselves by these visualizations, just as you have done with other parts of your journey from physical to multi-dimensional beings again. You must lighten your diets, not so much heavy food, and only quality natural food, light food, foods that contain light energy. Fruit, vegetables, and mostly raw is the best connection food. Thank you for listening to that. And there's some really good lessons there for us on how to pull those energies in and receive more of the light force that is being given to us. So hopefully lots of you will come together in that across the world in different countries. We need to get these messages out to more people, and I really thank everyone who has subscribed from the bottom of my heart, because this is not your normal topics that I'm putting out there, but this is the topic that we need to be paying attention to, and owning who we really are. So it would be lovely if more and more people subscribe and put a thumbs up on the video, so that we are in line with the algorithm, which is part of our physical tech world right now, so that we can get the messages out to more people who are awake but maybe don't come onto channels like YouTube. Maybe they're still doing other things. I don't know. But we really do need more people to be listening and taking notice that we are being taught. This is kind of like a light university course on how to deal with our own technology. And it's so important. Maybe I'll head this one up in that way. But thank you again for listening.